Alright, so it's feeding day for all the reptiles. And I'm going to walk you through just how we go ahead and feed everyone. The easiest one to feed out of all of our animals is little Jade. Twice a day until she's older. We'll give her a little pinch of this hatchling food. Just drop it on in. And she'll eat them when she's ready. For the bearded dragons, for the two bigger turtles, I use a mixture of strawberries mixed with some baby kale. And what I'll do is I'll chop up the strawberries and I'll shred up the kale until there are nice bite-sized portions for each animal. And I'll throw them into their cages, and I'll show you how. So literally it's just wash the strawberries, get all those preservatives and stuff off, and just slice them up. I tried feeding the turtles and the beardies the tops of the greens of the strawberries, but for some reason they won't eat them. Let's see if maybe I can try and feed them to my mealworms, which I'll show you here in a little bit. They're actually not really a pet. We grow them as food for the other pets. What I'm going to do is I'm going to set this here first. And I'm going to cut up several of these strawberries, about no more than 2 or 3. I'll cut them into halves or quarters depending on the size, and then I'll just slice them down the middle. And then I take these tops and I come over here to this three-thing drawer where I got the top 2 set up as my feeder worm farm, as I'm calling it. And what I did, so you can't quite see them right now, but what I got in here are feeder worms, which are basically just nothing more than mealworms. And what I'm doing is I just throw these in so that the mealworms can have their proteins and also get hydrated. And as they grow, they'll pupate and then they'll become beetles. And then the beetles will breed, which will give me more worms. And I cut the bottom out of this and put a screen in so that when the beetles breed, the eggs will come down here where I've already set up some grains for them to eat, and I will have basically the closest thing to a self-sustained system for worm food. Hey Sevy, how you doing? Severus is feeling better, by the way. So yeah, we recycle what we can. Then we take the kale, take a couple leaves of this, 2 or 3, just shred them up. If you've never worked with kale before, it smells terrible. It smells like fish, and I'm not particularly fond of fish. And we're going to take a spoon, and we're just going to stir it all together. So this is our turtle and bearded dragon food after we've mixed it all up and got their reds and their greens. So we're going to start off by feeding Salem, who's ready. A little pinch of the greens and a little 1 or 2 or a couple of these little reds. Just drop it on in. Look at him go, look at him go. Now because he doesn't always get his greens or eats his reds, and it's not only the fish that take care of everything, I always have a backup. In this case, Reptile floating food sticks. Gives him all those lovely little things that growing turtles need. Even though at 15 he doesn't need to grow anymore. And the Reptile food sticks, quite literally, it's just these little tablets. I also mixed in some of the little ball things in there from a previous food I tried on him. And he likes these, so I went ahead and just throw those in too. And he will eat those like they're going out of style. Once he gets his attention on the food, instead of thinking I'm just going to give him some more food, there he goes, there he goes. Once we're done with him, then it's time to feed the others. With Soul, it's the same thing. Small handful of the Reptile and some greens and reds. Now for the bearded dragons, what I do is I take some of this dried mealworms right here, along with this bearded dragon dietary stuff, and I mix it in with them after I finish feeding the turtles, so that they can get their proteins in. Lizzie's been waiting for her feeding, so Starfire. Nice little mixture. And I can do the same thing with Starfire. Now, because my bearded dragons don't normally eat the dried mealworms, and I didn't know this until long after I'd already bought that bag of dried ones, I found a way to be able to feed them. What I'm doing is I'm kind of incorporating dried with live. So what I'm going to start doing is I gotta dig through this, find some live mealworms. I don't need too many, about 20 for the pair. Some of you ladies might be going, "Oh, that's disgusting." Yeah, well, it might be, but it's food for my babies. Now you can see them kind of wriggling, trying to get away, and put them in here. You only need about 10 or 20. Well, 20 for each one. Now that you got your live mealworms, it's time to feed them off to the beardies. The coolest way I've found to do that is with these little suction cup things that you see in both of my beard dragon things. They're mealworm feeders. And what you do is you just take your live mealworms and you just place them in. They wriggle around until they fall through the little holes. And that's to help my beardies get their hunting in. And as you can see, the worms will wiggle through the holes, which will catch my beard dragon's attention. They go up and they eat them. And the ones who make it down here will attract my bearded dragons to the vegetables, so they can eat that too. Oh, here we go, here we go. There we go. And I went ahead and I put some of those mealworms up there. You can see them wiggling around, and she's just waiting. And that's the daily chore of feeding all of the reptiles. They get fed every other day at the very least. The beardies get kale and strawberries every other day, and then 3 times a week, normally Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, I will give them the mealworms. And the turtles, with the exception of the baby, get fed every other day as well. In the same similar manner, every day, every feeding. That's how it is every week. And that is how we take care of our reptile family. So, that's it. We'll see you next time. Bye.